Hey y'all, it is Brushy Bert. I'm here at the Florida Trail. More specifically is Lake Okeechobee, and more specifically than that is the east side, east track. And I believe it's about 151 miles. And I hear a lot of good things from some of the other trail people that have been to this track. I haven't been here yet, so I wanted to see it. Heard good things from Kate Adams and some other people, so here to check it out. And right now you see off in the distance, if you just came through the sugar bearing fields, they're still burning, so you have a little bit of smoke all over the place. So I only had one that was kind of close, but here going through the east side, and just went through the park. If you just went through that main park where it splits off, then there's a bathroom and you can get water there, so it saves you a little time for stopping to filter. But we'll continue on. I'll keep you posted. All right, I'm at mile marker 96.5 on the east side of Okeechobee. I have just discovered there is some little fruit trees here, and this one here is a papaya, and there's some small ones on it now, not ready to be eaten yet, but oh, pretty cool though, huh? If you're hiking here in a few months, you're probably going to have some papaya. All right, this is the first campsite that I've run into. It's right off of this pump station area called Bean City Campsite. A little bit of trash. It's beautiful out here though. All right. That camp. Okay, I slept down there. That is Bean City Camp, and I gotta say, there's these giant piles of rocks, and I was setting up my tent, and I used them little really light titanium sticks, and on the corner of the edge where the has a little elastic that holds the top down, got hooked on one of them, and also got hooked on something on top of the pole. When I went to unloosen the one, it launched my stake up in the air, and it landed over in this pile somewhere. I didn't know where it went at first, and I was like, where did the tent stake go? And then, you know, 25 feet away I hear tink tink. So the first casualty of the gear on the trail, that one's gone. But I had a good night's sleep. There's traffic here all night long, but when you're tired, it don't matter. Beautiful views from down there though. All the palm trees that are over there. Especially when the sun comes up and it really makes them glow. So now I got, I think, around 10 or 12 miles from here. There is hey buddy. I got a little airport, and I may do that for tonight. That way I don't have to camp over by where their houses are. And it looks like that might be a distance there. I'll look at it when I get closer. I may go further. So. I'm still exhausted from the other night. And this is all like road walk down here. Alright, so far it's been just once I got away from the road, it's just been like the old sugar bank, barren fields, and starting to get into a camp. I think that's a fish camp, but it's nice that it's quiet over here. Weather's good today. Beautiful out. Lots of fishermen here. Must be a good fishing spot. Okay, interesting turn of events. Just hiking next to this golf course. I heard one of them yell 4, and I turned around in enough time to get out of the way of the ball. The golfer came up and apologized. I just told him I should have stood by the hole. But it's getting close here. It looks like that might be the little store. Let's go check that out. Okay, welcome to the Torry Island campground. And that must be the store over there. Good morning. We'll see if we're lucky enough to have a restroom up in this piece, huh? Slim's Fish Camp. Looks like they're open. Let's go inside. Little osprey nest up there. That little hut. Yeah, just left the store. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me film inside, and I gotta respect that. So, but they were nice, and I was able to, you know, get something to drink and some chips. And they have a restroom, and also they let me use the hose spigot outside. So. And now I'm off again. That was a fish camp. And there was a lot of people fishing in, around, and everything around that place. All right, still cruising along. Right up here, I did talk to some locals and warned me in Hokey that the next little town that it's to be cautious in that area because of some bad umbries that are rolling through there. So. Instead of hiking and then trying to get past that whole area, you got a pretty good stretch, I think, of there's going to be houses, so I'll get as close as I can without the easy access roads. But the train's rolling on. See that? Looks like either a small water or a fox. Alright, just made a little pit stop in there. That's Paul Brandon Park, I believe, and it's got bathrooms and a place to dump trash and little shelters to chill out in the shade because there is no shade out here. But nice little stop, nice little midday incline too. So yeah, cruising on. I guess that what I seen a while ago as I got closer, couldn't get more footage or pictures, but that was a small fox that I seen, and actually there was two of them living in them rocks. But it's getting to be the midday sun, so we're smart enough to get out of the heat. Yeah, a good location. They had water by them, plenty of birds by them to grab. A really good view over there of Okeechobee as I get inching my way towards the middle. Looks like the Gulf. All right, looks like there was a launch over there. Kennedy Space Center, so kind of keeping an eye out. So SpaceX will be seeing them land back down again. So there's a couple bright spots up in the sky. So keeping my eyes peeled anyway. Usually takes me, I think, like 10, 15 minutes. Okay, getting close to this airport. I guess that's where I'm gonna try to find a spot to camp. And then tomorrow I'll try to find, if tomorrow I'll cross pass it. I'm not gonna stop in that town since the locals cautioned me about it. Of course, the levee looks pretty angled down there, so I don't really want to camp at the top. Way more hidden at the bottom. Although I've camped in an angle and you know, gotta ride the slide all freaking night, but that might be what's gonna happen tonight. Quite the view though. Yeah. One massive lake. Yeah, I can definitely tell that you're right here. I guess according to the far out, that plane stopped flying about 8. But if you can sleep by a road, you can sleep by an airport. Okay, I'm about in the middle of this airport. And just look at that view though. I mean, really beautiful. So, I'm going to go down on the levee here. This is about as close as I want to be to the next area, so this will put me in good position in the morning to make my next hike. So, but yeah, man, it's really awesome here. See a spot right over there. All right, so this seems to be a pretty good camp right directly across from the airport. So it's gonna start raining in the morning, but it's a really beautiful spot. And I'm just kind of wondering too if I can see across Lake Okeechobee, because it's probably like Lewiston's directly over. I wonder if I can see over there just at night, just see the lights or anything, but we'll see. It's a beautiful sunset, and just don't get no better than this. I'll see you in the morning. All right, looks like I'm doing a little night hike this morning. I'm gonna try to beat the weather through this section. Not too bad this morning. Stayed fairly nice and cool. Wasn't hot, wasn't cold, but a little more on the cooler side. here we go. All right, I am at Pahokee. Picnic table there. Looks like a little campground that's had a lot of people over there. The other end. Getting windy though. Good old Okeechobee wind. You don't need no supplies, so this is one of two little towns that are over on this side. Just a beautiful view all day long. You can definitely see more of Okeechobee on the east side than you can on the west side. But I think mostly is just like little houses on the side. So haven't had no dogs chase me today. So that's good. So I think that's some banana plants down there. Yeah, I'm through Pahokee, and a little bit between Canal Point, and it's starting to cool down a little bit. I've made it through Canal Point, which was that second little town over here, right in a row. So the temperature has dropped down though, so it's like the wind coming in from Okeechobee is starting to cut me a little bit, you know. Over there. What kind that is. It's nice to have some white rock though. A lot of it's just paved. Must be some more sugar cane over there that they're burning off. When there's no traffic, you can actually hear the fire crackling, but I haven't seen it yet. she's a crackling. Alright, needing water. And there is a bunch of it. Only problem is, if you can see that collar, it's like dark as a brownie. Oh man, that looks like it's just gonna clog a filter. It's pretty churned up at the moment. There's another, I couldn't get nothing from the last pump station area because they were doing construction there. So, but there's another one up ahead. And yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid this at the moment unless I completely have to, because that's just nasty. So, but we'll see what else. I'll move on. Alright, I'm at the next pump place, and that looks like they put a fence up all the way around it. Some water over there that's pretty clear, but that's all farm field and a busy road right in there. Asking for it. So I will probably try to go past this and see if there's a spot that I can access it somewhere. The search continues. Well, I guess this is it. Like a boat down there. Gonna have to get some water out of here. So I'll put it in the 2-liter bottle, let it settle. See what I can do there. I may have to use a piece of cloth to even filter this stuff out. That looks pretty nasty. But we'll see what happens here. Yep, that's it. Just let it settle for a minute. And I may go ahead and actually pre-filter, because that's just looking dark there. But it's not good old swamp water. Okay, that's what we have. Excellent. From that to that. The Sawyer people are amazing. Of course, it still has a little bit of flavor in there, but can't get the tannins out, but it's safe now. So at least it's drinkable, but has a little taste of like cat food and maybe horse manure, but menthol. So there we have it. pretty sweet out here right now. Wind died off. Warmed up a little bit.
Alright, good morning, YouTubers. I'm still at Lake Okeechobee. It was a chilly night, got down to like 49. I did have the Corps engineer guy stop just to check, make sure everything was okay, and give me a little info on what's coming up. So I'm heading out to my next landmark, I guess, is this giant bridge down here, which I can't see at the moment. Sort of the right side of the road, and it's like an overpass. But other than that, yeah, I slept great. Nice and toasty in the old Sierra design. That's the bridge I'm going for, and apparently I gotta hop around this guardrail, go around there during a busy street with hardly no sight on it. So let's see how this works. All right, not so much of a sketchy bridge after all. There's some that are a little bit north, that are a lot worse. Only like a shoulders up north, and yeah, you got like maybe 8 or 9 feet there, but maybe 10 feet. This waterway here goes all the way over to the coast. It's like the main one on the east side of Okeechobee. It releases water out to the Atlantic and other areas. The next levee. Back on the other side. That's the bridge anyway.
some bush out there. Must be really shallow. Nice and chilly this morning too. From up north, you're loving it right now. Well, folks, it's time to get water again. And it seems to be even worse than the last one. Very, very questionable water over here. And basically it's either get it here or on the other side of the canal, which is by the roadside, which I never do, unless I absolutely have to. So today, I absolutely have to, because that is freaking sick there. There's stuff swimming in the water, above the water. Yeah, it is turned up good. There's not a blue algae bloom in this, so I don't know what's going on with here. It's a nice spot to camp though, but you gotta get moving. All right, one other reason not to actually get filter water right here, because of that. Dirty diapers, garbage, I mean, come on. So, now I'll be moving on. Okay, this is why I carry an extra thin bear bag line. My carabiners. Areas that I can't get to. There might be a gator in there or something like that. At Chansey Bay campsite, and I just stopped to the pump station there, and a lovely lady named Christine allowed me to get some water there, and that way I could dump all the bad water that I had. And I'm gonna take 5 here. And I don't know that I'm actually gonna stay here. Just kind of see. Looks like it's got a table, an awning. Okay, we're gonna take 5 and see what to do next here, I guess. All right, good morning. I don't know what day it is because I'm so hungry, but good morning anyway. So it started out a little early, and I'm going to the last campsite. I guess there's a dispute on the land that we actually crossed, so they asked us to go a different way. So that campsite's a little bit out of the way now, like I think a half mile.
and it's right by a bunch of houses. So right before I get there, find a place to camp before I have to start doing the roadblock. And then that way in the morning I can have a fresh start, and I'll go into Okeechobee City and get supplies. And any repairs or anything needs done, I'll clean my clothes and all that. So yeah, that's basically the plan today. Started to rain a little bit, but it's not as cool, so no problem today. Okay, this is the final piece of the east side of Okeechobee. There is a little bit of road walk in there because of the land dispute, but that's about it on this side. So now I'll move into the Kissimmee Prairie Basin area.